Donald J. Trump. And let me tell you something, and it's what I told everybody in all my European shows as well. Please understand, I mean this is true, that the vast majority of Americans feel and share your sense of outrage and concern and fear about Donald Trump's ascension. And we all share that, trust me. And I think everybody felt the same thing after Obama took office and was sworn in. We were all like, phew, well, it certainly can't get worse than George W. Bush. It'll never be that bad again. That is easily the nadir of, we cannot. Well, don't count America out, Canada. We're full of surprises, aren't we? Yeah. Did anybody see his speech the other night at the Republican National Convention? That was crazy. That was fucking nuts. That was insane. I don't know what fucking country he was describing. It was like it was basically the plot to The Purge, you know? Like, I live in New York too. I expected to, go out. I was gonna go to the bodega, get some skim milk, and I expected to see Snake Plissken in there, coming down, fucking transporting Donald Pleasance to whatever. What? It was crazy. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. It's just lies. He just makes shit up. That's how it works in America. And that's because of the media too. But just lies. He makes shit up, and people believe it. And then when you go, well, that's actually not true. It's actually the opposite. There have been less police who've been killed under Obama. It's a fucking liberal media. That's what they want you to think. All right. Well, you can't win. You can't beat that. You can't. And it was interesting in that as he was ascending, as he was kind of becoming a serious, viable opponent, to watch all this kind of faux head-scratching that all the Republican establishment and the right-wing media who were uncomfortable with his rise, we're all going like, what's his appeal? What could it be? I don't get it. It's a head-scratcher. There's no fucking mystery. There's no mystery at all how Trump became the Republican nominee. It just shows you what we've always known, that at least 25% of Americans are now, always have been, racist, misogynist, xenophobic, sexist, ignorant people who are appealed to on an emotional level and not an intellectual one. There's no mystery there. And it was kind of fun in the beginning to watch the Republican establishment and the right-wing media try to retroactively undo everything they themselves have been creating for the last 35 years, But it's too late. The id is out of the bottle. That is America's id, and they were desperately trying to stamp it back. All right, get it back in the bottle. Hang on, Europe. Don't trust us on this. We're gonna fix this. Hang on. But it's too late, and the id is out, and it's rampaging all over across the land. And that's their doing. You can't spend 7.5 years of drumming into these people's heads every day on a daily basis that your president is a Muslim communist from Kenya who hates America and wants to destroy it, and not expect this to be the result. Those two things, there's a direct line between those two things. They are absolutely at fault. He actually said at the end of his speech, I am your voice. He's right. Because he's just telling it like it is. He's telling it like it is. That's right. That's what I love about Donald J. Trump, man. He's out there, he's telling it like it is. All that stuff that he's saying, we used to have to say behind closed doors, but he's saying it out loud. Now we can too. So it's an advancement of sorts. That's progress. Yeah. Oh, he's not afraid of these PC idiots, these PC bullies out there, and he wants to make America great again. He's going to take us back to when it was great, back before a black man could become president, back before the Civil Rights Act, before women could vote. That's where shit went off the rails, let me tell you. I mean, look what's happening in this world. I mean, it's disgusting. You got Beyonce putting a beret on her vagina, marching up and down at the Super Bowl halftime show. I mean, the holiest day of the American year. I mean, it's disgusting. Nah, he's just that's what I love, man. He's not afraid to stand up to these PC bullies, you know, because all these people, you can't say certain things because, I'm going to hurt your little feelings. I can't say nothing. And that means that my First Amendment rights are being trampled all over. You know, it's ridiculous that in 2016, I can't call a thug a nigger without being called a racist. What? Excuse me, what happened? And those people calling me racist are hateful and intolerant, okay? They're intolerant of my intolerance. That makes them hypocrites. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I do wonder what the Venn diagram is of Trump supporters and juggalos. Is it big, medium, little? What do you think? Tough to tell. And, you know, I do wonder if Trump is going to end up replacing, 10, 20 years down the line, in that hypothetical that people like to engage in occasionally, like, okay, dude, all right, here's a question. If you could go back in time, but it meant that you would die and your whole family would die, but would you kill baby Trump? I wonder if he'll replace Hitler in that scenario. And let me say this. There are a number of people who have come out and compared Trump to Hitler, and that's ridiculous. Sorry, no. Sorry, that is ridiculous, all right? Let's be perfectly honest here. That's insane, all right? Hitler was articulate and had well thought out ideas. That is an insult to Hitler. Don't you insult my Hitler. One of the true tragedies in this whole thing with Donald Trump is that he is so clearly, so obviously, nakedly playing these people for suckers. All right? He does not give a shit about any of those people, any of the people that support him. He doesn't give a fuck. He's openly contemptuous of those kind of people. He has been his entire life. Those people are not getting within 5 miles of any of his golf courses, unless they're pushing the dessert cart. That's it. It's just, and he said, and I quote, "I love the poorly educated. I do well with the poorly educated." His words, not mine, although they're mine as well. But of course he loves the poorly educated, and of course he does well with the poorly educated. How else do you explain how a bragging, narcissistic, pathological billionaire who's constantly telling you how much money he has, just throwing it in your face, ostentatious, I'm a billionaire, I'm worth billions of dollars, who puts his name in gold on fucking 5 stories tall on every motherfucking thing he owns, and how else do you explain how that billionaire is able to get people who are suffering financially to give him money? Of course he loves the poorly educated. A smart person wouldn't do that. Jesus. And here's the thing, he has no, if you go to his policy page, it's garbage. It's all fantasy, it's implausible. If you listen to his speech, fucking 90 minutes long at the RNC, there's not one thing he said that's plot. He didn't give one solution to any of our problems. He just said, jail Hillary. That's all. I mean, America's this dystopian nightmare country where everybody, you can't walk around because little white babies are being stabbed, and seriously, it's crazy, and if you listen, he's got no plans, and the things he talks about, they're implausible, they're fantasy, they're never going to happen, and he's got nothing of substance. And when you listen to his words, just listen to him talk, and listen to the language he uses, the very limited vocabulary, and you listen to him, and he sounds like a character in a war movie who is comforting his buddy, who is unaware that the entire bottom half of him has been shot off. and that he's only got a minute to live, and he's trying to make him feel better. You know, and the guy's like, everything's gonna be all right, right? Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be phenomenal. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be, trust me in this. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fantastic. And we're gonna win, right? Oh, we're gonna win so much, so hard and fast, your head's gonna spin. We're gonna win so much, you're gonna get sick of winning. You're gonna be like, Donald, I've had enough of winning. Come on, you know. And well, you're gonna keep the Mexicans out, right? Oh yeah, we're gonna keep the Mexicans out. Sure. How are you gonna do it? I'm gonna build a wall. It's gonna be a huge wall. 30 feet tall, just for you. We're gonna get the Mexicans to pay for it. Yeah, don't worry about it. Nobody can build walls and get Mexican governments to pay for things that they hate better than I can. I'm fantastic at it. Don't worry, trust me. And I think there should be a phrase for Trump supporters. Like, you know how we have the term legally blind? Like, where we recognize, you know, you're not technically blind, but you're the advancement of your inability to see is so advanced that as a society we recognize that you're legally blind. Well, you know, and we should have that for Trump supporters, where, you know, you're legally retarded. Technically, you're not retarded, but your retardation is so advanced that as a society, we recognize that you're legally retarded. Oh, Canada. Thank you. I love you too. I might be here sooner than... Two more quick things about Donald J. One is, and I'm going to quote, this is a quote, this is my favorite quote of Donald J. Trump's, and gives you an idea of who we're dealing with here. Mr. Trump said he was the person he listens to most on foreign policy. And I quote, "I'm speaking with myself, number one, because I have a very good brain and I've said a lot of things." Well, sir, say no more. Here are the nuclear codes. Here's the skeleton key to get into the Federal Reserve. I'll let you take it from here, sir. Yeah.